Welcome to SCCHS Mechanics. Today we're going to learn a skill that's going to help us fix the car the first time and send it on its way. Let's get to it. Any experienced repair technician will tell you that there's always that moment just before the test drive where they're a little bit nervous. Did they torque all the bolts right? Did they put everything in the right spot? Is everything in the right position to make sure that this job is good? Now, we often have to do jobs that we've done before. Maybe we're confident that we know how to take it apart and put it back together without even thinking about it. But then there's some jobs that come along that you've never seen before. We're all bound to encounter them. Several years ago, I needed to replace the engine on my truck. I was in a bit of a time crunch, so I decided to remove the original engine before the arrival of the used one. That meant there would be about 5 days between the removal of the original engine and installation of the new one. When I opened the hood, I realized it had been a while since I had performed this type of job, and for sure never on this specific model of truck. I decided right then that I would need to pay close attention to what I was doing if I was going to get the new one in successfully. Over the years, I had developed some skills in understanding how to put parts back together, and they all fit into 3 words. The words are look, fit, and do. What does it look like? How does it fit? And what does it do? I realized that if I could answer all of those questions, I'm more likely to remember later exactly how it goes back together, and then I could have a successful job. Let's have a closer look. This car came into the shop with a spare tire on. They got a flat on the road and brought it in after they had changed it. Now we need to fix the tire and put it back on and send it on its way. Let's use the look, fit, do process to make sure that it goes back on right so we're confident of the job well done. So the first step is to ask yourself, what does it look like? Well, we can see on this nut that on the bottom it's tapered and on the top it's flat. The next thing we look at is how does it fit? In order to do that, I'll take this nut and I'll spin it right on. As it gets closer, you can see that the tapered side of the nut fits into the tapered hole. In order to find out what does it do, we need to loosen the nuts off. You will notice that the lug bolts are not moving, but the wheel is. When we have that tapered part of the hole and the tapered part of the nut, that perfectly centers the wheel on the hub. Look, fit, and do. If you ask yourself these questions, you'll be able to send the customer on the way with confidence. Now is your chance to use this strategy as you disassemble engine number 2 so that you can put it back together with confidence. I know you can do it. Let's go.